You see that?
Yeah. Hold on.
Awesome. I'm pulling over real quick. Okay, so now that the recording is going, also one, I wanted to thank you for taking the time. I know you've been killing it in the field. I've been sharing your story a lot with the team, so I really just wanted to, since you had a minute, I wanted to kind of get it from your perspective, and also ask you a couple questions just about your experience and your background and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Cool.
Yeah. So do you want to lead it off, or do you want me to just?
Well, yeah. Well, I guess first, how long have you been like in the solar industry, in the solar space?
So I only started back in April. So my wife went full-time mom, so I just needed to pick up something to kind of offset her income. So I jumped in and was only able to work probably about 5 to 7 p.m. probably 4 nights a week. And I was able to replace her income within just a few months, and it was a pretty substantial income. So I've been able to put more time towards it now, just looking at value for time. So found ways to be able to put a few extra hours in and be able to even amplify that income. So it's kind of just since April, that's when I got started.
Wow, that's pretty dope. So you said within 4 months you were able to, I guess, supplement your wife's full-time income, or was it yours or your wife's?
My wife's. Yeah.
My wife, your wife's.
Yeah, and it actually, it's about 2 months. Yeah, so it was pretty quick. My background, I majored in professional sales in college, but I've learned way more just actively selling. I literally probably only there's probably only like 2 or 3 lines, that you really remember from class that really mattered. And one was just helping people solve problems. That's all sales is about. And then just learn how to overcome, objections and lead the conversation by asking the most questions. So normally the person who feels like they're talking the most is leading the conversation, but in reality it's the one that's asking the questions. So
Right. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, so whenever we're in the middle of these, solar deals, it's simply just one, it's a no-brainer. And that's what I put to the test myself, before I even contacted a single one of my people in my phone. I actually just went ahead and door knocked just to see if I could really prove that this thing was legit without having to, tap into my own network. And so I went ahead and had to prove to myself the hardest way possible, which is selling to strangers. And had great success doing that. I mean, I installed right across the street in my neighborhood, right up the street, got it in my house, and got multiple others in the neighborhood. Even the HOA president's got it, and he let me do some meetings for people at the clubhouse and just kind of share the savings, share the no-brainer of, spending less over a 25-year period on your home or on your energy and adding value to your home. And whenever you're with your utility, you never get any of that money back. So all that stuff was just very basic, very common sense for people to understand.
Man, that's awesome. And you said you were doing all of this and just working part-time, like learning and making this money, just working part-time.
Yeah.
In the field.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have 2 other companies that I run, and just been like in building phases of those, and it's been great. But I needed to, we were having a baby, all that good stuff. So wanted to make sure that we still were able to bring in similar income to what we were already accustomed to while other things are building. So I mean, literally only 8 to 10 hours a week I could put towards it at first. And I'd find times during the day to maybe do like a little bit extra training on a call, maybe spend like an hour or two, a couple times a week, just trying to fine tune my skills, really learn the product, understand it, so that I sound like the expert. And there's not too many differentiations. Once you learn it, once you understand the product, it's just the same pitch over and over.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I've been, I was in, I don't know if you remember, I was in Atlanta and I heard you tell your story there. I think this was before you had the two sales just a couple weeks ago that we heard about on the call. Or was it the same couple sales?
No. So those were new ones that I just closed, and then I closed 3, I think, since that. So, and then just I guess like some of my own self or 3 or 4 I closed since that. It's hard. It's a bunch of numbers or a bunch of different proposals I'm running right now. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much everyone I've sat down with, I've closed. I probably have 10 or 11 closes right now if I hadn't had failed credits. So, but that's just the name of the game. And the great beauty of that is every single individual, that maybe does end up failing credit, they come back around. So I've had multiple people that, they're able to, they wanted to move forward. They saw the savings, maybe they just needed to pay off a little bit of a credit card to get it below 30% so that their points would jump up or something. And then they call me back within a couple of months or I follow up with them and we just close the deal then.
Wow, that's awesome. And then so you said you closed, I think like 9 to 11 closes in the past 30 days. What would you say the average commission is per close, per install?
Man, I got probably 6,000. Probably looking at like the average. I got some over 10,000. I've got
some over 10,000.
Yeah, honestly, actually, I got one that's going to be approaching 13,000. Yeah, but
where are you at? What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia. That was actually one in. That was one I closed in, but that wasn't in Georgia. That was one in Florida and in Texas. And then, I mean, there's great commission everywhere. It's really just looking at their average bill, knowing if the individual is net metering versus net billing. Like, for example, I just met with a guy last night. His is a no-brainer. His current bill is like $258. His solar bill is going to be $257 fixed, no inflation. It covered 100% of his energy, and I think that one's going to be like $9,700. So,
wow, that's what's up. First, congratulations, brother. That's dope.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So I guess my last thing, because I know you probably got another call to jump on, but for new people, like, right? Could you give any advice, like, for new people in the industry or people that are looking at taking the step to get into solar? Like, what's really been working for you? What advice could you give somebody else like yourself that's new in the industry so they can have success like you're having?
Yeah, man. Honestly, just be consistent. Just figure out how to add just a couple hours a night. The prime time for people to be home is 5 to 7 p.m. So whether it's a phone call or you're knocking on a door face to face, just make that consistent extra part. And those couple hours, or your time's going to be turning into $1,000, $2,000 plus an hour, and you're going to end up just consistently seeing money pour in. And just know that anybody can do this. The sale is already a no-brainer. The product's already a no-brainer. And the government's doing everything possible to make it easy for homeowners to switch. So just my advice would just be simply to, be consistent. Know that the product is an incredible product that sells itself. And if you just get in front of people, you're gonna make a bunch of money.
That's pretty much it. For real,
Yep.
that's been my experience too. But it's always good to be able to hear it from other people. Sometimes we feel like we're out here on the island by ourselves, when we're doing something that's so simple and reaping such major success benefits. So I definitely wanted to tell you I appreciate your time for taking the time out. Jump on here and answer a few of my questions for my guys for the team. But yeah, I know you probably got some other things to do. You got anything you want to add before we jump off of here?
I actually got a solar meeting in 3 minutes, but I just want to say everybody's a winner at this. I mean, you see from single moms to, people, in their 50s, all the way down to, kids right out of high school or college. Anybody can be successful with this, and it really is just make that tiny little extra effort, and you'll be amazed how far it'll take you.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I'm making way more than a tiny effort, and I got a lot of people out here that are doing the same thing. So, we're coming right behind you, fam. We appreciate the pace you're setting. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you at the next event. But I definitely, like I said, one more time, appreciate you taking the time to jump on here from the team. So,
All right, appreciate you.
We'll see you soon.
All right, man. Be blessed. Talk soon.
Hey, you too. Y'all have a good night.
You too, buddy. See you guys.